lady from St. Louis County.
Thank you. Homer G. Phillips was born in Sedalia, Missouri on April the 1st, 1880. And an aunt raised him after his parents died. From this humbling beginning, he rose to a position of national premises. Phillips obtained an education culminating at Howard University Law School in Washington, D.C. While a student at Howard, he lived in the home of Paul Laurence Dunbar, a well-known black poet. After graduating from Howard, Phillips returned to Missouri and established a thriving law practice in St. Louis. Phillips became active in St. Louis politics after joining the Republican Party. During the 1920s, he ran unsuccessfully against the famous L.C. Dyer for U.S. Congress. Phillips was also crusader for civil rights causes. When the city of St. Louis enacted an ordinance that limited areas in which African Americans were allowed to reside, he brought a suit that resulted in the of the segregation ordinance. During the early 1920s, he was one of the founding members of the St. Louis Negro Bar Association, which later became the Mound City Bar Association. In 1927, he was elected president of the National Bar Association, a national organization of black attorneys. In 1922, Phillips joined with other black leaders to persuade the city of St. Louis to issue bonds to construct a hospital that would serve the black community. Although he did not live to see the frustration of the endeavor, a hospital named to honor his memory was completed in 1937. From the late 1930s until the early 1980s, Homer G. Phillips Hospital provided medical services to the black residents of St. Louis. The facility also served as a teaching hospital for black physicians and nurses. Blacks wanted their new hospital in a black neighborhood. White doctors wanted it next to City Hospital number 1, south of downtown. Phillips persuaded city officials to build at St. Ferdinand Avenue and Whittier Street in the Ville neighborhood, home for the black businesses. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm about to knock his stuff over. On the morning of June the 18th, 1931, Phillips left his home at 1121 Albert Avenue near Fountain Park and walked to Delmar Boulevard to catch a streetcar downtown. Two men approached him as he leaned on a windowsill reading a newspaper. One man slugged Phillips and one other opened fire. They fled north in the alley as Phillips, 51, died on the sidewalk. In 1964, proudly to say, State Representative Yolonda Fountain Henderson was born at this location, at this hospital. Homer G. Phillips Hospital opened in 1937 and closed in 1979, served as a senior housing center right now. As I stand before you, Homer G. Phillips' name has been placed on the outside of the hospital on Jefferson in the city. Lawsuits are being filed to have the name to be removed from this location. The African American community wanted his name to be placed in the black community. So I stand before you to say also my mom was born at this hospital too. Thank you. That's the Black History.